What if I told you that some of the greatest playoff moments started with a stop? That while the world watched the shot, the legends were built on the steal, the block, the rotation. Welcome to episode 3 of our countdown, the top 25 NBA defenders of all time. Today, we hit the halfway mark, and we enter rare air. These 5 defenders weren't just elite, they were era-defining. They set tones, they created chaos, and they made history on the defensive end. Let's break down ranks 15 through 11. Number 15, Draymond Green, the heartbeat of a dynasty. Draymond Green might not light up the scoreboard, but he rewrote what a defensive anchor could be. At 6'6", he guards 1 through 5. He calls out rotations. He traps guards, blocks centers, and boxes out wings, sometimes on the same possession. Green's Defensive Player of the Year award in 2017 came during a Warriors run that was more than just offensive brilliance. Draymond was the system. He led the NBA in steals and disrupted entire playbooks just by being on the floor. His defensive IQ is off the charts. He's not just reacting, he's orchestrating. Steve Kerr has said he's our quarterback on defense. His playoff moments are defining. The strip on LeBron James in the 2016 Finals, the chase down blocks on Lillard and Harden, and the stifling of Nikola Jokic in the 2022 first round. He's had battles with every superstar and often comes out the mental victor. What makes Green dangerous is his emotional intensity. He'll talk you out of your game while simultaneously helping his team rotate perfectly on the weak side. He's the guy who covers up mistakes, stops transitions, and barks out assignments like a middle linebacker. Whether he's in your face or in your passing lanes, Draymond Green is a modern-day defensive savant. Number 14, Michael Jordan. We talk about the shots, the dunks, the rings, but Michael Jordan's defensive legacy is equally legendary. A 9-time all-defensive first-team member, Jordan took pride in locking down the league's best guards and wings. His 1988 Defensive Player of the Year season was one for the ages, averaging 3.2 steals and 1.6 blocks per game as a guard. That season, he led the NBA in steals and still scored over 35 points a game. The ultimate two-way force. Jordan thrived in the triangle offense, but on defense, he was pure chaos. His signature move was reading the skip pass, timing it perfectly, and turning defense into fast break dunks. He didn't just defend, he hunted steals like a cornerback. His most iconic defensive moment may be the 1997 Finals. Karl Malone is about to go to work on the block. Jordan slips behind him, rips the ball clean, and delivers the dagger. A championship saved by defense, not offense. Doug Collins once said, "Michael would challenge himself to stop you just so you never got comfortable." It wasn't about numbers, it was about fear. Number 13, Tim Duncan. He never talked trash. He never chest beat. But Tim Duncan was an immovable object on defense. 15 all-defensive team selections, more than anyone in league history. Over 3,000 blocks, 4 NBA championships with defenses anchored by his positioning alone. Duncan was elite because of how quietly he ruined your game plan. He didn't chase blocks. He forced missed shots with angles and timing. In the 2003 NBA Finals, Duncan had a near quadruple double in Game 6. 21 points, 20 rebounds, 10 assists, and 8 blocks. The Nets had no answer. His footwork was flawless. Against explosive forces like Amari Stoudemire or Chris Webber, Duncan stayed grounded and vertical, forcing them into uncomfortable floaters or mid-range pull-ups. On pick and rolls, his drop coverage was textbook. The Spurs were a defensive juggernaut in the 2000s, not because of overwhelming athleticism, but because of Duncan's consistency. He turned the rim into a no-fly zone and mentored defensive specialists like Bruce Bowen and Kawhi Leonard. Quiet, precise, and brilliant, Duncan made defense an art. Number 12, Alvin Robertson. Alvin Robertson is one of the greatest defensive guards in league history and one of its most forgotten. He made NBA history on February 18, 1986, recording a quadruple-double that included 10 steals, a feat no other guard has matched. Robertson was a steal machine, averaging 2.7 per game for his career. That's more than Gary Payton, Michael Jordan, or Chris Paul. He didn't just poke the ball loose, he read passing lanes 2 steps ahead. As a 6'4" shooting guard, he guarded point guards full court and bodied up wings in the half court. He was named to 6 all-defensive teams and won Defensive Player of the Year in 1986, again as a guard, which is a rarity. Teammates raved about his intensity in practice. Opponents feared his hands. Robertson wasn't just fast, he was violent with his defense. He closed out hard, jumped screens, and baited passes like a free safety. Though personal controversies clouded his legacy, his on-court presence remains a testament to what aggressive, anticipatory guard defense looks like at its peak. Number 11, Tony Allen. First team all-defense. That wasn't just Tony Allen's battle cry, it was a way of life. The former Celtics and Grizzlies guard became a defensive cult hero. He didn't care about your crossover, your step back, or your highlight tape. He was going to make you earn every bucket. Kobe Bryant said, "Tony Allen was the best defender I ever faced." High praise for the most relentless scorer of the era. Allen had the rare gift of reading hips, not eyes. He could slide laterally without crossing his feet, body up without fouling, and close out with the tenacity of a linebacker. During Memphis's grit and grind era, Allen took on the assignment of guarding the opposing team's best scorer every night. From Durant to Harden to Chris Paul, no one left the court unbothered. In the 2011 playoffs, Allen helped Memphis to an upset of the top-seeded Spurs. His defense on Manu Ginobili was relentless. He didn't shut him down, but he made him work for every single point. Tony Allen didn't play for numbers. He played for the moment, for the possession, and for the right to say, "Not on my watch." They weren't all superstars, but they were all nightmares. The defenders who made your favorite scorer hesitate. The ones who didn't chase stats, they chased stops. From Draymond's mind games to Tony Allen's full-court hustle. From MJ's mid-air interceptions to Duncan's stone wall in the paint. These 5 names gave us defensive art. In Episode 4, we enter the top 10. The elite of the elite. The ones who didn't just guard their position, they changed the game. This is defense.